Welcome back, everyone, to Punny Plays the Scholar, and we are back here with Rhaegar, who has another task for us, of course.
Will you stay a moment and learn of my troubles?
I did not think that the sight of this blade would move me so. This belonged to a friend of ours, a Dunedain named Thoram. He died helping us to defend Dol Ringres many long years ago. We buried him and built a cairn where he fell in honor of his sacrifice. Perhaps Turon is right. There are many harsh memories here. In the West, we would be free of such pain. His sword deserves a better home, away from the goblins that loot the dead. Bring it to Langlas at Thrasi's Lodge north of here, along the road, and west of Keldul. He is a ranger of the north, and will keep well the history of the kinsmen. All right, I will send word to my brother. All right, well now we need to go to the next quest area. But of course, you'll notice here, even though it sends us to the next quest area, it is not resolving this because they're saying, okay, send it to him. It's also a level 11 quest, which I presume means that it is time to resume gaining experience. I doubt I can go to Thrasi's Lodge through here.
Megovanen.
Aha! I've got access to everything except Thrasi's Lodge. Thanks a lot. And we have made it to Thrasi's Lodge. The first thing to do, of course, is to
Greetings, traveler.
speak with the stable masters so that I can get here more quickly next time. And here is Langlas.
What can I do for you?
Greetings, good elf. Brager sent this, did he? I have heard the story of Thorin and will honor it his memory. The recovery of Thorin's sword must have arisen from Thorin and Brager's debate. It has long been a concern of mine that they might leave Middle-earth during these dangerous times. Give this to Bragar with my thanks. It may prove useful in convincing his brother to remain. All right. I guess we'll have to go back. Hello, Bragar. Langlas sent me this paper to bring back to you.
A shadow is on my spirit.
What is this? A gift from Langlas, you say? The Lay of Nimrodel. How could Langlas see this while my eyes remain blind? This is the Lay of Nimrodel and Amroth, who loved her. A storm took Amroth's ship out to the sea before Nimrodel could join him, and Nimrodel herself was lost in the mountains in the south upon her journey to the haven of Ethelond in the Bay of Belfalis. Neither were seen again. Well, that's a real cheery story. Let's see, I don't need that. I'll take that.
Will you lend me your...
Langlas has indeed done me a great boon by sending this with you. The Lay of Nimrodel is a sad story which has bearing upon our plight. Please, bring this scroll to Toron and have him read this passage. If does not make an impression upon him, then we are fated to part. Well then, back to Keladim. Your brother asked me to bring you this.
A shadow was on my spirit.
Does Bragar still endeavor to turn aside my path? What? And curse the faithless ship that bore him far from Nimrodel. Though it is a sad tale, this was ever a favorite of mine. It tells of Amroth and Nimrodel, their parting, and the coming of such sadness to Lothlorien, home of our kindred. Bragar is right. There is much to be done before we go. I will not carry my pain abroad to the white ships and bring it to the west. Thank you for helping me to understand, Seniello. Now, the thing about this little passage here is that if you recall the opening area, we actually speak with Amroth at one point, since he is the Prince of Lorien at that time. So obviously, this, even though it's an old story from the point of view of these people, I have been asleep through not only during the time period of the story, but all the years since then. That's how much time has passed that this old story that was able to sway the brothers so is a story to them in distant memory. But to me, it's news. Because even though I have met Amroth, I had not until this point learned his fate. Now I think it's time to head back to Thrasi's lodge. While passing through Dwyland, I noticed that Callangil here has another quest for me.
Stay a moment.
As Thinglar sent you to me, so might I ask for a final favor of you. Our youngest brother has also taken this onus upon himself and likely requires aid, as he has not yet returned to us. If you can help him, I would be grateful. Be warned that the lands of Halthleen to the north are considerably more dangerous than our domain, and our brother is likewise in hotter temperament, as befits his task in that place. I saw him amongst the ruins near the shore of the Grimwater, a small lake northeast of the dwarf outpost we call Gondamon. He is likely still there. Now, that's a level 14 quest, so that means we're not going to be quite ready in order to go there. We could do that after Gondamon. Now, the quests at Thrasi's Lodge are level 11, and so is the epic story, and I think the stuff in Gondamon is also. So I think the best thing to do is to go to Gondamon instead of Thrasi's Lodge, do the quest there. That's going to eventually send us to Thrasi's Lodge anyway, and there we will be able to catch up with the epic story and all. So therefore, let's head over to Gondamon. We have arrived in Gondamon, which is the central hub for this area. It's also where elves and dwarves finally meet up with each other. So it's a nice place to put my milestone. And it's also where we could find the bulletin board here, the task board. And it looks like I actually do have some tasks to turn in. So I've already been collecting those, so we might as well. Level 10, which is just my level, perfect. And oh yes, in this area, I'm so used to the higher level areas where the turn-in point is right next to the task board, or sometimes even on the task board itself, but that is not the case for the early ones. Let us figure out, where is he? Dory. Ah, yes, that must be this guy.
What do you need?
Oh, how good! To see that the dour hands are still as worthless in a fight as always. Breaking their own daggers. Ha! Well, yep, alright. And some fur?
What do you want?
Yes, furs can be used for everything from bootliners to rogues. You can never have too much fur. Alright. And bad skins.
Well met.
Not as sturdy as hide, but this can be sewn together in for patches. Okay. Well, before I go along and take the quests that he has, let's take care of this. Hello there. We were wondering what the status is of the dwarves, and if you've heard anything about Arvathal and all that fun stuff.
replied Malon.
Is this true? Carnivore's son has been taken by the dwarves? This is grievous news, if it can be believed. Goblins are fell creatures that rely on treachery and deceit, and the dwarves have ever coveted the precious things of the elves. Capturing Avathor might be the first step in some dwarf scheme to seize some of the relics we keep at Dwellin and Keladim. I thought the dwarves had put their envy of our people behind them, but if this is true, it seems they may still begrudge us and our relics and things of beauty. I think she's a bit on the cynical side at the moment. Alright, let's see, what do I got here? Will and vitality. Let's take some will.
Maid of Arnon, might you spare a moment of your time?
Okay, I will. Yes, I will see if I can learn anything from the dwarves here. Matthew Stouthand is the Lord of Gondamon, and he has spoken openly to me in the past. I will judge his conversation to see if he is hiding something. Do not betray what we have learned to anyone but an elf. The dwarves will surely raise their guard if they gain any suspicions of what we know. This I do know. There is an encampment of strange dwarves to the north of Gondamon. You should go there and seek out Aglachin. He went to search for Avathor there and has yet to return. Find Aglachin there. Learn if the dwarves of the lowlands at least have turned against us. Be cautious, for the dwarves may be hostile. Alright, so I need to find Aglachin. But that's a level 11 quest, and I'm not going to hit level 11 until I turn in a couple more tasks. Now let's see what Molary and Shemp have for us. Alright, we'll begin with Dory.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
The wind coming down from the mountain makes my bones ache year-round, but even the younger sentries feel the chill when the days grow short. We could use more pelts to make blankets and clothing in preparation for... Yes, you were telling me earlier on how you could never have enough fur, so now you want some wolf pelts. Alright. And what do you want?
Come and stay a moment, friend.
The hunters who have been plying the forest north of Gondamon have come to me with stories of being threatened or even attacked by those backstabbing Dourhand brigands. If you're of a mind to lend us a hand, you could head out there and deal with the treacherous Thinbeards. They need to learn not to meddle with the hunters of Gondamon. The Dourhands have built a small camp to the north of here, in the hills somewhere. You should find plenty of heads to break there, I'll warrant that. Okay, dokie. And what do you want?
I would be grateful for your assistance.
Our huntsmen are skilled, but this year's hunt has proven particularly difficult, what with the cold and the wretched Dourhands. I have found myself short of supplies for the coming winter. You can help by bringing us some bear meat. Bear meat. You sure you don't mean boar meat? Huh? You mean bear meat. Oh, okay. Bear meat? Hello there. Did you say you wanted me to do something for you?
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
Yes, stranger. Please tarry and hear my plea. My brother Giller Goldentongue was a great warrior. Curse my treacherous tongue. I should say he is a great warrior, but I fear for his life. Though he is a doughty fighter, Giller longs for peace. Even against the advice of our elders in Thorin's Hall, he felt that there must be a way to come to some sort of understanding with the Dourhands. So he and some companions set out for the great Dourhand encampment north of Gondamon. I think he went to the westernmost parts of the camp, the larger one. He did not return from his mission. Please, seek him out, and if he is slain, return to me with the news so that we may seek our revenge on his murderers. You will know my brother easily by his gleaming shield, a great heirloom of our family. Alright, so I need to fight their Golden Tongue and any signs of his passing, and if I can find his shield, and all that fun stuff. Now, here I am in Gondamon, and I first of all spoke with that elf ambassador over there, after which I spoke with several dwarves. And we held a conversation. That's right. As I must have said in an earlier episode, I must thank Ella, Don, and Ella here for their wonderful lessons. Alright, it took us a couple of months to get here, and they must have given me a complete immersion course in modern Westron, because otherwise I would have been completely lost while going through here. Instead, I managed to understand what they were saying and hold a conversation. And what, there's another quest up here? Oh, you have a quest for me too? Oh, what's that?
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear?
If white stir the bones of the ancient Edain, then an evil has arisen in these mountains which we should all fear. The fell spirits that stir the bones of the dead are servants of Angmar, of the Witch King of old, and of the Shadow in the east. I must ask you to seek out this evil and put whatever end you may to it before the darkness spreads. Take the Elfstone to Glamir. He dwells now to the ruins of the northeast of Gondamon in the south. Yeah, I've got another quest to speak with Glamir, so I'll have to do as a 2-for-1 deal for that matter. But that was level 13, and I'll probably be sitting at do a couple of quests here first before I worry about that, and hopefully not level too much. And you said you have something, Solvi Scrollbearer. Now, how about is that name for a scholar?
Welcome. You have come at a most fortuitous time.
If we are to defeat the goblins of Rotterag and the sneaking dour hands that even now remain in the hidden corners of the Blue Mountains, we'll need to make better use of the resources that we have available. The wild lands around Gondamon are a bounty of such resources. If we don't make full use of them, we might as well be giving them to the goblins. If you know a scholar of some skill, I would ask him to prepare me some minor metalsmithing lore and some minor woodworking lore. Armed with these, I can surely prepare the plan for better using what we have. I will pay you for your efforts, of course, and that'll actually be some crop seeds or for some ingots. Well, I suppose we will have to do that at some point. But that means actually finding some scholar materials. I may remember to look for those in the next episode. But more to the point, I will be looking for some dour hands. I think that'll be the main thing that I'll do. Might as well take care of a couple of bears here and there. Look for the Golden Tongue. I'll keep this up here so that I may actually remember to turn on my search panel. And of course, we are to see about a suspicious encampment. And that's all for the next episode of Piney Plays the Scholar.